Welcome to week 2 of The Score. Out by the grill, great night of high school football action, 45 minutes of high school action to get to, and of course it's also Sci Week, which leads us to our guest griller, a good buddy of mine for about 25 years now, which is surprising you put up with me for that long. Tom Kakert from the Hawkeye Report is with us, of course.
I'm here.
Sci-Hawk Week, what is it about this week that makes it busy for you but special around the state?
It's the rivalry. It's fun. It's a little trash talk and everybody freaking out about what Iowa State players and media are saying versus the Iowa media and players and what they're saying. It's a fun week.
It's a rivalry between the media and the players.
I'm super excited. It's my first Sci-Hawk week, so super excited to be at the game tomorrow. I guess what should I expect, out of the game tomorrow?
If you're over by the Iowa State sidelines, you'll probably hear some colorful language directed at them.
Being prepared for that as well.
Yes.
So we're going to make Tom work because he's got to work all day tomorrow, but we're going to put you to work in a little bit. We'll get some burgers, we got some brats, we got some hot dogs, all that good stuff. But more importantly, we have some football to get to and a historic and really special night. That's where we're going to start in Aledo.
You're in tune to WRMJ Aledo. John Hoshide and Chuck Clausen coming to you from George Pratt Memorial Field. And back to the formation. Now back he comes to the wide side of the field. Lee on the option. Pitches the ball back to Dixon. He wants to throw it to 30-Acre, who's open. 30-Acre has the catch at the 10, the 5. He dives for the pylon. He dives for the pylon, and he's in for the score. Touchdown Aledo. Touchdown Green Dragons. It's a lot of fun.
That, of course, is the familiar sounds of WRMJ's John Hoshide. That's a playoff game back in 2022. He's been the voice of Aledo.
2002.
2002. Did I say 22?
Yes.
Yeah, 2002. Thank you. The voice of Aledo and now Mercer County football since 1979. That's the year that I was born, which is a long, long time ago. Tonight, the end of an era in Aledo. Of course, WRMJ, a staple around this area, always has been, it will continue to be, but tonight was his last night.
Kind of a bittersweet night.
Yes.
But, it was always fun to hear him on the radio, and he hasn't been on the radio since, I think, June when he retired. But, good to have him back on the radio tonight. And it was a fun night for him to actually call another Mercer County Golden Eagle touchdown.
And that's how he started the night. We'll take you to a quick mic'd up from John Hoshide.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to high school football on WRMJ and WRMJ.com. Tonight from George Pratt Memorial Field, it's an intra-conference matchup in the Three Rivers Athletic Conference as the Mercer County Golden Eagles host the Sherrard Tigers. This is John Hoshide along with Chuck Clausen and Bill Breeden, ready to bring you all the action on a beautiful evening for high school football here at George Pratt. Chuck, you couldn't ask for a better night here for week number 2.
It's so good to hear him on the radio once again. Sherrard, first regular season trip to town since 2004, back in the old Olympic days. First and goal, Sherrard ball, Carter Brown. Quick pass to Zach Knox for a 5-yard touchdown. 2-point conversion, no good, so it's only 6-0. Still in the first quarter, Mercer County with the ball. John Baldwin hands off to Mason Gray. Contact behind the line of scrimmage. Ball comes loose, recovered by Sherrard. Still in the first. Sherrard, very next play, Carter Brown to Harrison Curry for a 27-yard pitch and catch. Add the 2-point conversion. It's a 14-0 game at that point. Let's go to the second quarter. Sherrard up by those 2 scores. It's Baldwin handing off to Gray. This time he does get into the end zone. That cuts it to 14-6 at that point. Let's check a final score. Mercer County with a nice win. 34-14, a 20-point win, and we are now joined by the head coach of Mercer County, Tanner Matlick, second-year head coach. And Coach, congratulations on the win. What was it like to not only get a win, but to do it against a longtime rival that you haven't played in a long time in Sherrard?
Yeah, it was a good night for us. I think we were a little slow in the first quarter there, obviously going down 14-0 to start the game. And it was good to see some fight from our kids. It was a little bit different this week, where last week we kind of got into the third quarter, the wheels started to fall off a little bit, and now this week it was good to see our kids fight back and put up 34 points there and get the win. So it was a good night for us offensively there after the first quarter got over with. Second and third quarter, I thought we were really efficient. Defense played well after that first quarter, made some adjustments on both sides of the ball, and couldn't be prouder for our kids. A really exciting win for them, first win in the track, first win this season, so it was a big night for County football.
It's a big night, Coach. Always a good night when you get a victory, but Even better when you get it over a team like Sherrard, a team that you guys haven't played in forever, but a lot of history between these two schools. How fun was it to see that old familiar rival across the field from you guys?
Yeah, it was, like I said, it was an exciting night. I thought the fans and the community came out and supported us, and it was good to see that community support and electric atmosphere down there at George Pratt. I wouldn't want to call any other place in the state home. So yeah, it was a big win to renew that rivalry with Sherrard at home, and our first shot at them in quite a few years. So it's good to get win number one in conference and win number one for Sherrard as well. So
you got a bunch of those, Coach, this year. A bunch of new old rivals that you got to get ready for. Hey, it was a special night down there. A guy that's been behind the microphone for your games when you played there, and now obviously as you coach there, John Hoscheid's last game on WRMJ. What does that guy mean, not just to you, but to that community, to WRMJ, the things he's done over the last 45 years?
Yeah, he's been a staple in the community and for that station for a number of years, and he's always done a really, really good job calling our games. We're thankful to have the coverage that we have in a small town like Aledo, and John has been the voice of Mercer County football for so long. His signature touchdown calls and just the way he cares about the program. And you could tell in my first year as a head coach last year, whenever he would do the pregame interviews and the postgame interviews, that's a dude that really cared about 16, 17-year-old kids in their athletic journeys and wanted to give them the coverage they deserve. So yeah, just it was a special night, I'm sure, for him, and we kind of did our part in letting him go out on top with a Mercer County win, and call a few calls like you, and just have fed, to the next line.
Yeah, Coach, obviously you teach your players to adjust and be ready for anything. That includes yourself when you get a text message and a phone call from me at 10 o'clock saying, hey, go home and let's do some live TV. So you did well under pressure. We appreciate you. Best of luck the rest of the way, and we'll talk to you real soon.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Tanner Matlake, Mercer County getting a victory tonight. Let's move on to the next game we got, and we'll stay in that conference. And a good one in Orion as Monmouth Roseville came to town, putting up big-time points. Peyton Thompson on the sweep. He motors 67 yards to the house. Monmouth Roseville up 39-12. Soon after, it's Monmouth Roseville's Nick Houston creating more problems in Orion. A 34-yard touchdown run. They're big up front. Jeremy Adolphson likes his guys up front. How about 45-12? We were still in the first half. Later in the second quarter, Titans defense making life tough for the Chargers as Nick Husto, Landon Elangelo, and a whole bunch converged on the quarterback for the staff. And then it's Jeremy Adolphson's Titans adding on. It's Thompson again weaving his way down the sideline through the defense, 83 yards right into your living room. Dan Pearson's a pretty good shooter. He gets the point there as well. We'll show you a final. They led 57-12 at the half. They roll 60-26, your final score.
Over in Port Byron, Riverdale looking for their first home win of the season, hosting Kewanee. Going to the third quarter, Kewanee up 20-6. Riverdale's Kane Beckett takes the ball off the snap and runs for 18 yards early in the third quarter. Shows off his speed a little bit. Later, Riverdale's Gage Heinsohn. He takes the ball in from the 1 yard line for the score. Kewanee still leads 20-12. Kewanee is now on the move. The senior linebacker, Cage Foster, picks up the interception right here, and he has the long run back. Later, Kewanee.
Look at him rumble.
Later, Kewanee's Dontavian Thomas. He picks up an interception too with a little fight from the receiver. Kewanee still leads 20-12, and they stay on top for the rest of the game. They win 27-18.
Hey, Guy Derricks in Riverdale, though, 1-1 on the season. They're doing well as well. Let's head over to Prophetstown, as it was Erie Prophetstown, I should say, looking for their second straight win, hosting Hall. Keegan Winkler keeps it and grinds his way 14 yards for a first down. Later in the drive, it's Winkler. He'll do it once again, keep it, nice little fake, and then he'll go 24. He can't fake out Jerome Burt, though.
Oh,
he's a wily veteran. 24
Yeah.
yards to the house, 6-0 home team in front. First play, second quarter, it's Winkler once again, faking, but getting it to Max Millam for the 35-yard touchdown. That made it 12-0. Panthers in front. We'll show you a final score. Erie Prophetstown improving to 2-0 in the season, 41-7 your final score.
Hey, let's go to the Big Six, where Rock Island looking for their first win as they host Dunlap, opening quarter in this one. Rock Island gets a little break here on special teams as the punt bounces off a Dunlap player, recovered by Santana Smith, and the Rocks would make it count. Check out Javian Clark Pugh, the perfect pass to Elijah Venegas. 32 yards touchdown, and it's 7-0 Rock Island. Rock Island getting another break here. Check this one out. Ball's tipped and picked off by Avian Hudson in the end zone. Rock Island back in business and on offense, and again it's Clark Pugh. Two guys across the middle. That's Evan Ellis pulling it in. Touchdown, 38 yards for that score. It'll be 14-7 at that point. It was tied at 14 at one point. Let's check the final score, or our fourth quarter score that is. It's Rock Island and Dunlap, 34-31. Dunlap is in the lead.
We're going to head up to Sterling to take on, as Sterling took on Niles Notre Dame, and it is the visiting team, or I should say, yeah, the visiting team, getting to the quarterback for the stack later. It is Drew Nettleson connecting to Caden Phillips. That's good for a first down. Helmet to helmet adds on 15 yards from the play. Sterling moving down the field. Close to the first down here. You can see the ball. Now you don't. Notre Dame's Luke Olson gets his fingers on it. He recovers the block punt. That's the first points of the game. Made it 6-0. The Dons adding to their lead in the second when Gallagher snaps the ball and runs straight down the middle of the defense into the end zone. Notre Dame would go on to win this one 17-0, your final score.
Hey, let's go to United Township, where Chicago Munchin was 45 minutes late for the game. Yeah, that's right, 45 minutes late. So Nick Welch decides, hey, I'm going to get the ball first. I'm going to take it. We're just going to give it to our workhorse, Isaiah Navarrete. He gets a nice little first down here along the sidelines. Then they give it to him again. This time, Navarrete over the middle, touchdown. It's 7-0 United Township. Panthers playing a little defense too. How about Bandiagu Diarra with an interception? He thinks he didn't get it, but he did get it. So we're good for that. And then they go back on offense, and Josiah Massey around the end, diving for the pylon. Yep, he's in. 14-0 at that point. Panthers, no mercy in this one. They get their first win of the season with a 67-0 win.
Few scorers in the Western Big Six. Moline goes on the road, close game at halftime, and they end up losing 49-29, and it's Geneseo. Coach Furlong now 2-0 in the season. They go up to Wisconsin and get a big victory over Clinton in Wisconsin, 20-6 your final in that one. Hey, game of the night, back to the Three Rivers we go. It was top 5 battle between Rock Ridge and Princeton. First drive of the game, it is Colin Schweigen rolling out and finding Owen Steele, who gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Rock Ridge with a quick 6-0 lead. Tigers first possession, and they go right to work as well. They hand it off to Ace Christensen. He gets into the end zone at 7-6. The visitors take the early lead. Later in the quarter, it is Princeton keeping it on the ground and giving it right back to Christensen. He gets in his second touchdown, a little longer one. That made it 14-6. Later in the second, Princeton looking for more. They keep it on the ground really good up front. This time they end up giving it to Casey Etheridge, who goes around the corner, and he sees daylight and the end zone as well. 21-6. Princeton looking good, but not so fast. Back comes Rock Ridge. Second quarter, it's Schweigen to Owen Steele for his second touchdown of the evening. 21-12. Tigers lead down to just 9. Then how about this? More from Rock Ridge, more from Schweigen. He finds Landon Wheatley. 21-18, the lead down to 3 at the half. Second half, not much offense, but a lot of defense. It is Arthur Burden with the interception right there. They would end up scoring a couple field goals in the second half, and that's all the offense for both teams in the second half. It's Princeton going on the road and picking up an impressive 27-18 victory. Two very good football teams. Let's hear from the Tigers.
You know, I don't think that we played our best game last week, and so we really wanted to come out firing on all cylinders tonight. You know, Rock Ridge did hit a an early score on us right off the bat, but I was very happy with our response. We went right down the field, scored, got a big stop, and then we went right down the field and scored again. So for us to start off the game like we did tonight, that's just a testament to the kids and their preparation that they put in all week.
We all knew that it was going to be a dogfight coming into it. They got some dudes on their team, and we also got some dudes. So we're going to go out here and battle, and I think that's what we did, especially in the first half, because those are big. If you can get up early, that's what you want to try to do, and I think scoring in the first half was it. That sets a tone, really.
Hey, two really good football teams. The good news is one's in 2A, one's in 3A.
Yeah, they won't meet again the rest of the year.
Yes, and maybe a couple state championship caliber teams doing that as well. We got Tom Kakert working hard for us as we get ready for the Cy-Hawk game tomorrow in Kinnick Stadium. And Tommy, it's been all Hawkeyes in this series. Close games, but mostly Iowa winners of late.
Yeah, 7 of the last 8 Iowa's won, and turnovers are a key because in those games, Iowa has created 13 turnovers, Iowa State only 6. The only time Iowa State won is Iowa turned it over 3 times. So
see, those are the stats that we need out of Brian Stocking, who is our resident Iowa State fan. Don't worry,
he'll be here later.
He's got his gear on and everything. It'll be great. It'll be awesome. Also, Tom is a Davenport West grad, so the West Bettendorf highlights and much more to get to. We're going to make Tom Kakert call some highlights. We got a lot more to get to right here on The Score. Don't go anywhere.